I cook for a lot of athletes, celebrities that come to the DFW area. Travis Hunter, Aston Genty, Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott. Toking myself the prime time of culinary. You know, for me, he was the blueprint, and I wanted to bring the swag that he brought to the cornerback position in the NFL and to the kitchen and really amplify. And the kids are looking like, oh, I want to do that when I grow up. Like, that's where I want to be. Culinary arts is a sport, and chefs are athletes. So that's really my big brand goal, is to revolutionize culinary arts for the sport that it is by definition. It is the exertion of energy for one's entertainment.
I remember the lonely nights, mind racing, mental stressing. Bill after bill, I'm just praying for a blessing. Heavy heart, mind racing, game plan, no direction. Maya Angelou, still I rise, fuck the pressure. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, never thought I'd make it out. Now I'm building up a legacy, no ceilings in the house. Money to the ceiling, with a feeling, with a route. Went from barely getting by to generational clout. Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to the Building Billions podcast. This is season 2, man. I'm so excited that y'all stayed along my journey, man. I really didn't want to start a podcast, but my guys at CIBR Productions said, hey, Mike, you got to do it, bro. So here we are again, season 2. So before we get into it, make sure you like, share, and comment on this podcast, YouTube, because that really helps us out. Tonight, I got a real special guest. It's one of my super friends, man. Chef Hoppie, one of the most proficient celebrity chefs, athlete chef in the state of Texas, man. I'm so happy to have him here. Y'all in for a treat. What's up, my guy?
What's up, dog? Thanks for having me on the show.
Likewise, bro. Thank you for being here, man. Thank you for being here. Yeah. So for those who don't know you, man, introduce yourself. Tell them who you are. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So my name's Chef Hoppie, celebrity chef in the DFW area, but your boy go global wherever you need me. I'm going to be there. Really do all the cooking. Anything you need, any genre of food, I'm that. I cook for a lot of athletes, celebrities that come to the DFW area, anywhere from Travis Hunter, Aston Genty, Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott.
Hey, hold on, man. Whoa, slow down, man. This is the first 30 seconds.
Just to run through. We got to catch him in the first 30.
All right, so Chef, man, so where you from?
I'm from... I always say Dallas when people ask, just because it's a universal thing, but I'm really from Hurns, Texas. A mid-city's called HEB, Hurst, Euless, and Bedford. So that's where I'm from. But I've lived in Hurst, Fort Worth, Dallas, Arlington. So I'm really a DFW baby. Been a little bit of everywhere.
Nice, dope. Yeah. That's dope. So, kind of tell me a little bit about your childhood. Like, I want to know, like, the background of kind of how you got to where you are today.
Yeah. So my mom had this 7-Up pound cake that was to die for, to go crazy. And she stopped making it, having to work more and things of that nature. And I said, now, hold on, player. You're gonna have to teach me that recipe. And so she taught me the recipe, and I started a baking business called the Doughboys House of Pastries. Okay. And I would take that to football practice, church, school, and let people try it. And then, eventually they started asking for their own specialty things. And could I make these cupcakes, or could I make these cookies? And that's kind of how the business developed. And then I played football. I used to be like that. I'm just 5'10", 5'11" now, so I had to stop. But I used to be like that, believe it or not. But I played for Truth, for Deion Sanders, and he kind of helped mold and cultivate the brand Chef Hoppie, and he would have me come do desserts at his house whenever a chef was there. I was about 12 years old at the time, and the chef would teach me how to present myself, present the food, and really talk about what I'm doing and where I'm how I want the food to be viewed, per se, and that's kind of how it got rolling there. He hired me to be his chef full time whenever I was about 19.
Deion?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that's kind of how the ball got rolling.
All right. So chefing or cooking has been in your life since a kid.
Yeah, it's funny. I thought about this the other day because I had the realization. Well, my mom told me that my dad's dream was to be a chef and things of that nature, and then my grandfather was also a chef in the Vietnam War and did different things like that.
It's in the blood.
I say it's in the bloodline. Y'all was building the super baby. Most of the time they do that for athletes, but they did it for the chef.
Yeah, yes, sir. Well, would you say like you spending most of your childhood cooking, did you miss out on the fun things? Like, what would you say?
No, that was what was fun to me. I like I said, I played sports, so the cooking was my escape from sports because sports was my first love. So what was I doing outside of the first love was building that love for cooking. So I don't feel like I missed out on much. I didn't have a playful, joke around kind of childhood. It was still fun, but I was still about my business. And then with sports, you got to have a certain level of discipline as well. So I don't feel like I missed out on much. I feel like I got a head start actually.
But when I say missing out, I mean like, bro, when you cooking so good, everybody wants you to be working and cooking and stuff, and you missing out on the party. You missing out on the Super Bowl game. That type stuff.
For sure, because most of these times, the big events and the big parties and things of that nature, they want my food or my desserts or whatever the case is. So I do feel like in that aspect, I did miss out on a lot.
Yeah,
100%.
but with it being your passion and you having the love for it, really with it being in your blood, you really kind of fell into it and just felt like you really wasn't missing out.
Right, 100%. Always turned it fun, and then having that joy of seeing all the faces whenever they tried that first bite or got to try the food for the first time was really a replacement. It was, let's say, we both working out, trying to get right, doing our thing. It was a supplement. Per se. So I ended up being okay with missing out because I got that supplement.
I like that. So you were 19. You started working with Deion. How was that experience?
It was great. It's till this day, even with me not being as close, we still have a relationship. I can reach out here and there, but with us not being as close, I still token myself the prime time of culinary. For me, he was the blueprint, and I wanted to bring the swag that he brought to the cornerback position in the NFL and anything that he did to the kitchen and really amplify it. You don't really see chefs that kind of have a swag and the kids are looking like, oh, I want to do that when I grow up. Like, that's where I want to be. So I wanted to be that for the kids out there in the kitchen, in the culinary realm and in the kitchen.
Let's talk about the power of proximity. Like I always tell my audience, like being at the right place at the right time can position you in life.
100%.
Was that true for you with meeting Deion? Like how was that situation? Like I know you played for the team, but how did you really get into his house and start cooking for him?
100%. So really, I'll even go back to, I remember the tryouts. I was a football junkie. I'm coming off of regular season football. Then I went to arena football, and that's right after the mid-cities and things of that nature. So I was back to back to back. And then the arena team was talking about they wanted to go to the tryouts and stuff like that. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, what's that? So that starts there as the key point of being in the right place, right time. And then just carrying that through and just being in the right place, right time with Coach Deion is always a bonus because he's always thinking about the people around him. Yeah. So even me just sitting in the corner as a child and seeing how he's doing his interviews and how he one take Jake and everything like that. And they, prime time. I'm like, okay, yeah. Whenever they say Chef Hoppie, I want to be just like that.
Yes.
Whenever I get in front of the camera, I want to be like that. So definitely.
Now, Deion's a great example to follow, man. He's such a great man of God, has great charisma.
Yes.
And, just from the outside looking in, he seems like a real good person, a good humble spirit. I know he's flashy, but I feel like he has a little humbleness inside of him as well. 100%. Let's talk about one of his favorite dishes. Like, what did Deion like, bro?
At the time, of course, I'm sure his regimen has changed and some of his favorites has changed and things of that nature. But whenever I was cooking for him, he loved barbecue chicken with yellow rice, baked beans, and I do believe it was like green beans or asparagus or something like that, some type of green. So that was his go-to punchline.
Now, bro, when you say baked beans, man, everybody don't make baked beans right, bro. Right. Like, even when I'm from Mississippi, so we make our baked beans a little bit different. I feel like, I don't know, man. I done seen some people do some crazy stuff with some baked beans, bro. I'm talking about straight from the can, to the boiler pot to your plate type stuff.
Oh no,
I ain't seen that until I moved to Texas.
That's just a little get you by. Just because the can say baked beans, I'm talking about. I'm chopping up the bell peppers, doing the ground meat. I might do some turkey or ground beef, depending on who I'm doing it for.
Okay.
I'm putting a little barbecue sauce, a little brown sugar, and things of that nature. So we really spicing. The beans is one of the ones.
Now, do you have to put mustard in the baked beans? I know a lot of people put mustard or ketchup or something in the beans.
Some people do put the mustard. I've done that a time or two. I think for me, it depends on what dish I'm doing for me to put the mustard in. If I want that twang on it, if it's going to pair well with this and that. But if, I'm doing something to where people always talk about the mac and cheese and yams combination, that bite there.
Yeah.
But that mac and cheese baked beans combination.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
So in those instances, I'm not putting the mustard, but in other instances, I will.
Now, do you put it in the oven? This is gonna let me know if you're a real chef or not. You put your beans in the oven?
Yeah, I'm putting them in the oven.
Okay, all right, man.
They're baking down so that sauce that is sitting in can thicken up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, all right. Chef Hoppie with the baked beans.
Oh yeah.
All right, so 19 cooking for Deion. Where did you go from there?
From there, Allen Hurns got traded to the Dallas Cowboys from the Jacksonville Jaguars. He put out a tweet saying he needs a chef in Frisco. I was in Cedar Hill at the time, so I'm like, forget it, I'd make that hour drive. And so I tweeted him back, sent him pictures, told him I was Coach Prime's chef at the time. And he reached back. We worked it out to where he posted me on social media. And his teammates started seeing and things of that nature. And I eventually did Zeke's birthday party. Wow, that's probably like 6 years ago.
Okay.
And from there.
Yes.
Yeah.
How is it cooking for athletes, bro? Like, would you say it's different from your regular customers and then cooking with athletes? Not as far as like them, but like as far as the meal goes.
As far as the meal goes, it depends. It's for sure different, but it also depends on what time of the season that it's in. So, I tried to make sure I had a great balance between an athlete getting a home cooked meal and something that their mom or grandma would make and things of that nature, so that they're comfortable in their new environment and things of that nature. But it's also about what all I need to give them to fuel for a workout, or if they have a heavy practice, we gonna give you a little bit more carbs so that you have that energy. Or if game day is coming around the corner, okay, we might just do some proteins and things of that nature, and not just the proteins, but amplify the protein a little bit more. So it definitely goes into what time of the year it is, but the food is switching up to accommodate them.
Bro, I heard those like O-linemen can eat a lot of food, man. Yeah. Have you experienced like cooking for like an O-lineman, a big guy that got to eat like 10 burgers a day type stuff?
Yeah. So whenever I was cooking for Zeke, he would have the O-line dinner and things of that nature. So he'll tell me, it's X amount of people, 10, 15. I'm like, dog, let me just go ahead, double that up, triple that up, because, they ain't going to eat just 4-5 wings or nothing like that. The first serve, I might have the 4 or 5 wings, but they coming back about 2-3 times. But no, that was their time to indulge and enjoy foods that might be out of their regular routine, and just for the team to bond together. So I accepted having to cook more for that aspect of it. But even on a regular day to day, they still need to get it in, because they got to weigh a certain size.
They got to, and the diet is important.
100%.
So, what was like the turning point from passion to business? Like what clicked? At what point in your life did you say, "Hey, this is what I'm gonna do"?
Yeah. Whenever I hung up the cleats, like I said, cooking was my plan B. So whenever I was like, okay, well, you're not growing, my dad wasn't around, so I didn't have that person that's gonna say, "Nah, you gonna still do sports, you still gonna do this." My mom was just kind of like, okay, well, whatever you want to do. So at that point in time, I had to make that decision if I wasn't going to do football or couldn't do football anymore, that I had to do that, because I was helping my mom with bills and things of that nature, and trying to make sure ends met. So that was whenever I really looked at the aspect of, okay, how can we turn this thing up, and how can we live the lifestyle of an athlete or artist or rapper, things of that nature. So I had that mindset like I said, from being around Coach Deion and things of that nature to turn it into a business. And he coached me up as well and some of my other mentors. So it's kind of like about 13, 14 years old, I was trying to figure out how to make that thing shake.
Okay.
So I would say that's whenever I really had to turn it into thinking of it like a business. Of course, you don't know much at that age. So I would say really about 16, 17, I, took a couple classes in school and did some research. And that's when I really tried to see how to turn the brand into something that the people not only wanted, but that they needed.
So you never went to culinary school or chef school or?
I went to a culinary school whenever I was 12 called Young Chefs Academy.
Oh, okay.
Ended up teaching there whenever I was about 16. Then I went through the culinary program in high school.
Okay.
So that was pretty fun. And then, of course, my Dukes want me to get the paper. She want to see a baby with a degree. So I went to culinary school for college. And it's funny because you think about being recruited only for sports, but I got accepted into Art Institute of New York and Johnson and Wales, and I think they were in somewhere East Coast. They up in the East Coast. They have a few different locations, but those schools were reaching out and trying to get me to go there. So I ended up going to TCC because they have a very great accredited chef program, and a lot of people just sweep that under the rug just because it is a community college, but their program is better than most. I went there for about 4 to 5 weeks. And the teacher like, oh, where did you go to school at? Oh, I'm helping the teacher teach him. I said, oh, I'm not finna be paying for this. So I left. I ended up leaving. So I got my 5-6 weeks in. I said, Mom, we're going to have to get the other paper.
We got to get to that paper.
We got to get the paper, the paper that matters.
So you didn't finish school?
I didn't finish school.
Okay. When you were in school, what was that like? Like, are they teaching you recipes? Are they teaching you how to position a plate? Like, what is culinary school kind of like?
They're really teaching you the fundamentals. Some people go into culinary school and those type of things not knowing anything about food.
Okay.
So I'm having to sit through, okay, this is how you chop an onion. Okay. You put a paper towel under your cutting board to make sure it doesn't move around. You got to have the sanitized bucket. And like things that I learned in the industry already was kind of like how culinary school started out. As you progress, and if I would have stayed in a little longer, you get into the recipes and things of that nature. But they do teach you like the mother sauces, bolognese, things of that, like, things of that nature. So, that was cool to know the technical terms. I knew how to make the sauce, but I might have not knew the name or mise en place and all the other technical terms. So it's very good to get the knowledge in and the history in the culinary realm. But I think for this industry in particular, being in the field is way better. Way better. If you got it.
Okay.
If this is something you're trying to pick up regular or, just I'm interested in food, then 100% culinary school, just because you got to learn how to hold a knife and things of that nature. But
because really nobody's asking you for your paperwork in the field, right?
Whenever you go for a job, they don't say, oh, did you go to culinary school? No. Oh, do you have a degree?
Let me taste that food.
Right. So,
let me see what the food tastes like.
Right. So can you do this? If you can do this, bro, you good, bro. Like, you can sear the steak, cool. Like, that's all they really worried about. So they're not really worried about that paper.
Yeah, all right. So I heard you mention mentors. How important was a mentor in your journey?
Man, very important. Like, I always sit back and I think about I have a Mount Rushmore +1 or something like that for how not only did they help create, craft, and mold Chef Hoppie, but also Manuel. So whenever I'm at home and things of that nature, or my relationship with God and things of that nature, I have my Bishop Kevin Dickerson. I had two guys from the church, Brother Tyrone and Brother Lorenzo, who helped out. And then from the football Chef Hoppie side of things, it was Coach Deion and another coach named Coach George, who also played in the NFL and was a coach with Truth. So those 5 people just kind of made sure I had the whole was very well rounded. And it's very important because to this day I still have a relationship with all of them. I can call any of them right now and say, look, I need help with this. What do you think about this? And or they'll call and check in on me. So, just having those father figures for whenever I didn't have that father figure was very important. And you always look at your mom or grandma crazy whenever it say, oh, it takes a village. But as I got older, I really understood that I had one of the best villages around.
No, that's really important.
Yeah.
That's very important. I'm glad you kind of talked about that.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, you said that you cooking for. Do you currently cook for Travis Hunter?
He's in Jacksonville now, so I'll go out there every now and again if he wants to surprise the missus or just have some fun and things of that nature.
Was that a Deion play? Like Deion plugged that in?
Actually, that came from his agent side of things.
Okay.
So I got cool with his agents through Coach Deion and things of that nature. So of course they already know how the food is and what the expectations are, and I knew how to conduct myself around high profile people. So it was kind of like a no brainer. I reached out to them and said, hey, if you need me, let's do it. And then I ended up doing his off season prep for the draft and cooking for him breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Monday through Friday, Saturday if he could get it out of me.
That's in Jacksonville or here?
Here. Okay. Here in Texas.
Okay.
So yeah, that was before we even knew about Jacksonville.
NFL.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like fresh out of college, getting ready for NFL.
Nice.
And then recently, maybe the past during the season, I've gone out there maybe 2 or 3 times.
And he's injured right now, right?
Yeah.
Right. Is there any type of foods that help with recovery?
It depends on the type of injury, but 100% you have certain foods that help with inflammation, like turmeric and sweet potatoes and things of that nature. And then sometimes it's good to just let your body reset and focus on that injury without any food at all. I would, sometimes recommend, hey, dog, go on a 1-2 day fast and let your body just kind of recover, and then I'll help it down the line. So that's kind of how that goes.
And I'm glad you kind of touched on fasting, bro. Like I don't know if it's a trend, but a lot of people do it. I see it on social media all the time.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on fasting?
Oh, well, first things first, before it even became a thing in the medical sense and for what I was just talking about with my clients getting injured, it's biblical for me. It's spiritual for me. So I'm 100%. I actually just did a 3-day fast last week. Last week I did a 3-day fast, water only. Just to reconnect with God and just to that's really the main thing, to connect with God. Spiritual. Okay. It was really like, whenever your mind gets clouded and you're uncertain about certain things, or your relationship just isn't as strong as you would want it to be and things of that nature, that's whenever I really got into reading. And what really made me do the fast is, I don't want to say the wrong Bible verse. I do believe it was Matthew 17:21 or 22 or something like that. I saw that it wasn't in, like, they took it out of most Bibles. So it was interesting because I got a new Bible that I'm reading through, and I read every day. And I went and checked that Bible, and I was like, it's not there. Like, they have it, a little sub note on the bottom.
What?
And it says to heal through prayer and fast, like to pray and fast.
Right.
The Bible tells us to do so. And whenever I realize that, I don't want to get that deep on the podcast, but whenever you realize that people are taking it out of the Bible, that it gotta mean something.
It gotta mean something.
So that's when I really did more research, reached out to my bishop, and we had a call and everything like that. And he kind of really explained to me about fasting and the purposes and how to go about it. So that's what really made me want to do the fast, just because they took it out. And I knew that it was the answer, and continually grow my relationship with God.
I like that. Yeah. I like that. And they say, like, when you break your fast, is there a specific way to break the fast?
Yes, because your levels are so low. So you come off a fast and you eat something sweet or sugary, you're gonna spike your glucose levels and things of that nature, and your insulin and stuff like that, and it'll mess your body up because it's trying to react and it doesn't have anything in it. So that's the first source of energy, the first source of quote unquote protein that's touching your stomach. So whenever I came off the fast, I did some bone broth with ground turkey and some rice. So just kind of made like a soup effect, and knew I needed that, some starch just for energy, but also the minerals and things of that nature in the bone broth, and then a great source of protein is turkey. So I just wanted to get that protein in as well.
Hey, appreciate that knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
Yes,
that
sir.
knowledge. Let's get in the kitchen for a little bit, man. So I done had the pleasure to enjoy your food, bro.
Yes, sir.
From like the meal preps, which I appreciate that.
Of course.
Looking forward for some more.
Let's do it. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you. You know how we do.
I'm not an athlete, not a celebrity, but I got the Chef Hoppie treatment. I appreciate that.
Of course.
Highly appreciate that. They were delicious, by the way.
Appreciate it.
Some of the stuff that I typically don't eat.
Yeah.
When you made it for me, I was like, you know what? I can't be me when somebody doing something for me.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and just endeavor into this and try this spinach out.
Yeah.
And try this sweet potato that was on the side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was quite good, bro.
Appreciate that.
And then also you came to the house.
Yes,
you
sir.
did a cooking class for me and my family. Again, much appreciate that. The food was delicious.
Yes, sir.
The whole experience was delicious. And just thank you again for that.
Of course.
But let's get in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Let's talk kitchen talk.
Okay.
What are the necessities for Chef Hoppie to have a spectacular dinner prepared? What do you have to have?
All I need to have is my seasonings. As
Okay.
long as I got my seasonings, we good, because I came from nothing, so I'm used to cooking without nothing.
Okay.
You know, a lot of times people ask what gadgets and what's my favorite knife and my favorite pot brand. Man, whatever's in that kitchen, dog. As long as you got something that can get hot and cook this food, that's my favorite, because I'm coming from a place in a position to where I didn't have options. So whenever I got, I don't want to say I'm at a high level or, whatever, but whenever I started to have a couple dollars to do it, it was never a priority, because I've gone so long without it in my cooking career. So only thing I need to do is make sure I have my seasonings. That's it.
And when you say seasonings, we talking salt, pepper, and garlic powder, or what we need? What we need for Chef Hoppie?
We gonna need that there, but we gonna need that there. I also have my own blends.
There we go.
Well, I shouldn't have said that, because if I put it on there, then I got to do a restock. But I created my own blends, 3 blends. One called APOP, all purpose on purpose. So that's kind of what you can use on your everyday things, your chicken and things of that nature, your beef. I have one that's called Deep Sea, which is a seafood seasoning for your seafoods. And then what I use on the things that you don't like is my seasoning called Watch This, because Mike gonna tell you he don't like it. I'm gonna sprinkle that seasoning and tell him watch this.
Yeah, hey,
so
it was fire too. I don't even eat spinach,
Yeah,
bro. I ate that.
Yeah.
I only eat turkey, ground beef, whatever you did.
Yeah.
I don't even eat that, but
oh yeah.
I tore that up, and it was delicious, bro.
appreciate it.
It was delicious.
So I always kind of said that I was old school with a young twist. So of course, you still have your Tony Saturns in there, your Creole, and
Okay.
what's another one that grandma and them always use? You got a little chicken base in there.
Oh, hold on now.
Yeah,
You telling
yeah.
the secret.
I'm telling
I
you.
remember that.
I ain't telling them how to use it. It's in there, but I
Okay.
ain't telling them how to use it. So yeah, just different things like that really are the base of the dishes, and letting the food do its talking too.
Yes. So now, since you opened a can of worms with the chicken base, bro.
Yeah.
When you were cooking for me, you put chicken base and something that we had.
Yeah.
And you told me the reason behind it. Let the
Okay.
world know the reason behind Chef Hoppie using that secret chicken base.
The reason to me, and to my clients, it just gives a more fulfilling thing. Like sometimes you can keep adding and adding and adding, but if you just do a little sprinkle of the chicken base, it gives more density, more fulfillment to the food. So, and it also adds that layer. I always, a lot of times when people talk about food and eating healthy, they confuse it with you having to, it has to be plain, or just salt and pepper, or just a little paprika to give it a little color or something like that. But really want people to enjoy the food and eat it. You can try to eat healthy, but most of the time people fail because they don't like the food that they're eating. So if you can risk, not necessarily risk, but if you could allow yourself a little, I don't even want to give numbers, but just a little wiggle room. So let's say you cancel out a bag of chips.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you're thinking healthy, people, oh, it's going to be salt. I can't have salt. I can't do this. But with the right chef and with the right understanding of food and how seasonings works and using the right seasonings that don't have those high salt contents in it and things of that nature, or using those high salted seasonings to a minimum, but knowing how to use it to where it all marries together and works well. So chicken base is one of those things where I cut back on the Tony Satcheries and things of that nature, and use the chicken base to make sure the food is fulfilling and has that extra flavor and have a taste of something that you've never might have experienced before.
No, I like that. Hey, that's a Chef Hoppie exclusive. I don't think he want nobody to know that. And now y'all know it. I got it out of him, guys. All right. So what would you say was like your famous, was it the cookies that you kind of told me about? Like, what was like the breakthrough item that everybody just fell in love with?
It's the churro chicken.
Churro chicken.
Every Thursday, the Cowboys have position meetings. Well, I don't know what I'm not doing it currently, but they would order about 150, 200 wings of churro chicken. So it's a breaded wing, but it's similar to churro. So it has a sweetness to it. It has that good crunch to it, but it's on chicken. So that was kind of like the breakthrough thing. Everybody on the team knew, hey, we got some of Hop's churro chicken. The coaches was coming down to the D-line and linebackers room. Shout out Twop, Antoine Woods, and Jay March. They were the ones that came to me, and we kind of put that together. But the churro chicken is what kind of set it off. It might need to be in the state fair soon. Y'all tell the state fair I'm coming.
Chef Hot with the churro chicken.
Yeah.
So churro chicken, man, that's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
How did you even come up with that concept? Like, because those are two things that don't go together.
That's kind of it's funny because it comes from the understanding of other things. What's your favorite French fry at a fast food restaurant? Who has the best French fries?
Best French fries gonna have to be.
And you might not say it, but I'm gonna tell you. But
best French fries, man. All of them nasty, really.
Yeah. McDonald's got the best French fries.
Hot when it's hot and fresh.
When it's hot and fresh, they got
it's the best.
And you think that's on accident.
Okay.
In their seasoning, in their salt, there's a little bit of sugar. So then that way now sugar's a drug. So now they're tricking your brain to, oh, I need that. Mm-hmm. So that kind of, from that understanding, I wanted some item that wasn't necessarily healthy, but that was your cheat meal and you knew you needed that for your cheat meal. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of, that understanding is kind of how I came to the creation of churro chicken.
I love that. So let's see. What's new? Like, what's up for 2026? Like, when this episode drop, it's going to be 2026. Yeah. So what can the world expect from Chef Hoppie in 2026?
Oh, it's going to be a new Chef Hoppie. I'm probably going to be at the best I've ever been mentally, spiritually, and physically. So I'm coming at you strong, and that's on purpose. And that understanding kind of came through going through a hard 2025 and late 2024. Like, this was probably the hardest year of my life. So I knew God was trying to tell me something, was trying to shake some people off of me, or I might have been stuck and comfortable where I was, and so that kind of brewed this monster that's gonna come next year. So I'm really gonna be pushing. Culinary arts is a sport and chefs are athletes. So that's really my big brand goal, is to revolutionize culinary arts for the sport that it is by definition. Okay. Is the exertion of energy for one's entertainment. So with all of the all of the cooking festivals and shows and X, Y, and Z, and all of the energy and output that goes into cooking. It is actually a sport. So I want to be the first chef with a Nike shoe that's non-slip because I'm one of the Nike athletes, or a Jordan chef jacket with the dry fit on the back because I need something breezy in the kitchen, but I still like to look good. Y'all know Coach Deion said look good, feel good. So that's where I'm coming from. So just that whole aspect and really tapping into it. I've been keeping it to myself for about 3 or 4 years and waiting on the perfect moment and perfect time. But nah, it's now. It's now. So I'm really making sure I'm in the right place. Like I said, spiritually tapping into my Bible every day, making sure I'm in alignment with God's plan for me. Okay. Working out. I put a couple weights in the gym and things of that nature. I mean, couple weights in the garage to create a gym, and then just got a new gym membership and everything of that nature so that I can shred down and walk my talk. So by the time this drops, I'm down about 40 pounds now. By the time this drop, January, I'll be down probably about another 25. Let's say another 20, 25. So I'm be really looking good. I might got a little cut on, Okay. So really just coming from that whole aspect of I'm an athlete. I need to take care of myself the way I'm taking care of everybody else.
Yeah, what was that acronym again? Cooking is for, what is it?
Cooking is a sport.
Cooking
and
is a
athletes
sport.
And chefs are athletes.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Bro, so you do this solo.
Yeah.
You don't have a team.
That's I don't want to say that's one of my downfalls or places that I missed. But it was just because I'm a perfectionist. Mm-hmm. And I have a partner, my best friend, Tyron T-Ron. I've trained him to be in the kitchen with me and things of that nature, but it's still not Chef Hoppie for me to say, hey, dog, hey, you go do these clients and then I'm going to go do these clients to really multiply myself in my efforts. But it's just me. It's just me. And I like it that way because I can critique myself. I can make sure things are done the right way, but I also don't like it because, from the financial aspect of it, I could be having money flowing in from over there and over there. So
we're going to pray about that because I feel like, once you expand your brand and have a team behind you, I think that's going to take you to different levels. Yeah. I think because the thing is, you don't want to always be working in the business.
100%.
Because when you're working in the business, you can't work on the business. Right. It's hard to do both. Mm-hmm. I done did it myself, and it's tough. Yeah. But I know when you hire that team, even if it's somebody to answer the phones or put the orders in or do something, man, take yourself away from a place of it and, kind of, what is it called? Not diversify, but, kind of give people some jobs to do in your business, bro. Yeah. Create those SOPs, the operating procedures, so everybody know what to do. And, like I said, we're going to pray about it because I think that's going to be, that's going to take you to the next level once you get that team behind you. Oh, yeah.
And I just signed with a new business manager. Her name is Shava. So she's the queen of systems and everything like that. And kind of I'm glad that you said that because you realize that and things of that nature, and it is something that I do need to change, and it is something that will be implemented by time and when this podcast drops and stuff like that. So I receive it and need that prayer and I appreciate it for sure.
Yeah, because you can't do it by yourself. Even though you feel like you can, once that team get in place, it's gonna take you to next levels for sure. Mm-hmm. So any words of encouragement or advice for like young chef entrepreneurs that's kind of, bro, believe it or not, bro, you kind of popular, dog. Like people look up to you, bro. So it's probably a young chef out there looking at this right now. Mm-hmm. Like any type of words of encouragement that you can give them or kind of give them some grace or give them a good roadmap on how to get to where you are?
So before I get into that, I think the hardest thing is this was never my dream. So there's certain things that I went about it and I was just rolling with the punches, like, figuring out as I went, because it's for all I've accomplished at a young age, or at my age, nobody even, I'm on Google, YouTube trying to figure out, hey, who's done this before? Like, things of that nature. But just figuring out, I want every young chef to figure out who they want to be and who they want their brand to be and who they are. Because if you know you're not a Chef Hoppie and you can handle everything on your own and you want to be the face and doing all that and that, but you do love cooking and you want to be in the kitchen with amongst the team, then you need to understand that, okay, let me go to culinary school to get the teachings of the structure of the kitchen and what are the different levels inside the kitchen and things of that nature. But now if you do want to be a Chef Hoppie and you feel like you can handle and control and do things of that nature, you got to figure out what's your lane. Figure out who you are. What do you want to be known for? And then from that point, that's whenever you take it on to the next level as to perfecting that. So now you've created something, because once you perfected it, and you should have gotten to this point, you have created something that is of desire. So it's something that's desirable, and it's something where people are going to be like, oh, that's what I need. I need that. I need Chef Hoppie. Chef Hoppie, I'm not coming to Dallas unless it's Chef Hoppie cooking for me, things of that nature. So how do you create that? So just start cooking in the kitchen. Everybody is scared to post because everybody's scared of judgment and things of that nature. I never asked anybody, hey, do you think I should do these desserts? Do you think this plate will be good? Funny story coming up, I was trying to figure out how to transition from desserts to food. I only started with desserts because you'll trust a 12-year-old with your cupcakes. You ain't gonna trust a 12-year-old with your steak. So once I got to the point after I graduated high school, I started Chef Hoppie Campus Takeover. And that's kind of, that was me going to different colleges and cooking in dorms. So I went to UNT, Sam Houston, TCU, all of the colleges in Texas, and I knew when their FAFSA hit, everybody had their refund. So y'all spinning, you spinning,
right.
you spinning. But no, that's how I was able to get the food to the masses.
Okay.
So just kind of, just try this. You created your buzz from cooking for Coach Deion, but how do you capitalize off of that? So, first things is, like I said, building who you are and making sure you know who you are. Then you go into perfecting that and understanding where you want this thing to go. And then,
what about the importance of not giving up? Because it seems like, bro, like just by you saying I've been going to college campuses and doing this and doing that, bro. In the midst of that, bro, people may want to give up, bro.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It's been some time I wanted to give up. But I never gave up because I understood the reason why I was doing it. So the reason why you're doing it has to be bigger than you. I knew I had to go through hard times and things of that nature because I was going to be on platforms like this, be able to encourage these people and tell those stories. So, there's going to be times that you want to give up, but life would be easy if you didn't have a purpose. Every breakthrough comes with a breakdown. So, you don't give up on your car just because your car broke down. You got a flat tire and things of that nature. You take a step back. Let me call who I need to call. Let me make the arrangements to get the tire fixed, replaced, whatever the case may be. And you keep on rolling. That's kind of how it needs to be in the aspect of your life, not only personally, but in whenever you're going to try to be the next Chef Hoppie or be even bigger than that. I know I'm just the blueprint. The blueprint is there for everybody else to be better than them. Records are supposed to be broken.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Speaking of blueprint, have you ever thought to kind of lay your blueprint out for other people to follow?
I've had so many different ideas, but like you're saying, like we talked about earlier, I'm cooking in the kitchens.
Yeah.
How do I have the time to do
exactly. Okay.
So that's something
we can look forward to.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Cool. And a recipe book.
Yeah, I actually dropped one a few years ago. We did a whole documentary about it. I named it The Prime Time of Culinary. But I actually, coming off of my fast, I had the idea to do a kind of like a sports performance recipe book where that has the macros in it and things of that nature and how to how to eat like an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of times you have these people or the young athletes that are in high school or college, or you just have people that just, you know, want to perform at a high level with whatever they're doing, but they don't know and really understand food. They know they like to eat and want to eat good, but how do we do it? What foods pair together? If I know, if I add some, if I have rice, if I have jasmine rice, add some lentils and some quinoa to it, freeze it so it shocks the insulin whenever your body consumes it, it won't jump up and things of that. Like, what are these tricks and tips that we can do to perform at a high level but still eat good? So that's what I'm working on.
Hey, I'm looking forward, and the world is looking forward to Chef Hoppie in 2026, bro.
I appreciate it.
Last segment we'll get into, one of my favorite segments. It's called This or That. It's kind of like some off-topic stuff. This or that. So I'm gonna ask you a question, this or that.
Yeah.
And you pick one, but you got to tell me why.
All right.
All right. So this or that. We're gonna go fat in a Rolls Royce or skinny in a Prius.
I'm fat now, so give me the Rolls Royce.
You taking the Rolls Royce?
Hey, give me the Rolls Royce. I got little room. Now that I'm on my journey and I understand how health is really working and how much better I feel, I'll get skinny. God gonna bless me with that Rolls Royce down the line.
Okay.
So I'm going skinny.
You going skinny in the Prius?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So this or that, we're gonna go Gatorade or water.
Oh, I'm going on water 100%. Gatorade has so much sugar in it. Unless you drinking the Gatorade right after a workout or something like that, then you really just is other than electrolytes, you know. But water is it.
Water, okay. Yeah. This or that, we going fresh fade or fresh twisted up dreads?
Fresh fade.
Ooh.
Fresh fade. You can go. Your dreads can be nappy if you got a fade on it. You cool. Slick a little water, slap a little water on your hand, slick them joints back in the ponytail, and that fade going crazy.
Fade going crazy. All right.
I don't even have this retwist probably about a month old, and I just got a fade today, so I look good.
All right, 10-4. All right, let's see. We going Kobe or we going MJ?
Kobe.
Why?
Well, I grew up watching Kobe, and outside of the shoes, let me be careful. Outside of the shoes, I feel like Kobe has had a more of an impact on this generation. You know, you shooting the trash ball in the trash can, you yelling Kobe. You not, I mean, what are we ain't saying Jordan or MJ or nothing like that. I just feel like he's had more of an impact.
I like that, bro. And last but not least, man, so we on the Building Billions podcast. Yeah. What does building billions mean to you?
I gotta give him some. Hold on, let me cook something up.
I'll tell you what it means to me. Yeah. So building billions really is not about money, right? Yeah. It's about spending time with your family.
Okay.
It's about having the opportunities to do what you want. It's about creating the lifestyle that you want to have. To me, building billions is really a mindset. Like waking up, doing what you want to do, but also providing for your family and being an example for others. You know, so that's building billions to me.
I'm going with kind of to piggyback on what you said, but stacking the riches of life. You know, like you said, family is one of the riches of life. Relationship with God is one of the riches of life. Just being able to sit here and smile and enjoy the day and enjoy the podcast is a rich of life. So you stack that up. It don't matter what you're going against. You're good.
You're good. It's a good compound effect.
100%. And that's a great book. That's my favorite book. It's a book called The Compound Effect.
I didn't know that. Y'all need to read that.
Yeah, read that. It's a quick read.
Okay.
Probably like 70 to 100 pages or something like that.
That's a long read for me, my brother. I ain't read a book in a minute.
Hey, but that's the Compound Effect.
Okay.
Little gem right there.
All right. And let the world know where to find you. Give them some last words and let's break bread.
Y'all stay ready for what's to come. Like we said, January is about to be big. Y'all follow me on Instagram at Chef Hoppie _. The website is thechefhoppie.com. Let's do it.
Hey, another banger on the Building Billions podcast, man. Bringing Chef Hoppie, getting him out the kitchen, getting him out the house, letting him enjoy life, man, letting him build billions with me.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with Chef. If you know somebody that needs them, y'all hit them up.
For sure.
If you in Dallas and you need a meal, hit them up. You need a cooking class, hit them up. You need seasoning, hit them up. Chef Hoppie, man, appreciate you for coming in the building, my guy.
Love.
Love, bro.
Yes, sir.
Another episode, and we out.